Hi. Hi, my name is Charlotte Eisentrout. I am with Engineered Business Solutions. And today's question is, why is ownership of the self and ownership of the team a key to effective leadership? Uh, by the way, quick announcements. Like if you enjoy the video, subscribe if you'd like to hear more, share if you'd like others to hear the same information, and check out ebsarizona.com if you'd like to learn more about what it is that we do at Engineered Business Solutions. So, this is my first live stream. I'm really excited, and because I just moved, I got a cat, and so I am the principal of Engineered Business Solutions. What we do is that we help leaders, we help business owners, managers, leaders develop and build good leadership skills. So while it is that I might be a little bit anxious, it's perfectly normal. It's a part of being a human. Um, and I've been wanting to do a lot more of these YouTube videos, and I finally just said, you know what? Just make a freaking YouTube video. So, okay. So ownership. So when you're ownership of the self, you're more able to be confident when you mentally own your space. When you're authentic as a leader and you know who you are, you're able to show up in a way that other people might not be able to. When you have good emotional regulation of yourself, it's when you have good emotional regulation, you keep yourself in the logical mindset. When you're overly emotional, that's when bad decisions are usually made. And say, when things go wrong, when a problem arises, when a worker does something wrong, or just something doesn't go the way that you want it to go, taking ownership of that as a leader is so important, because when you say, I'm going to take ownership, you're saying that we're going to uh, we're going to solve the problem. Like, you're more likely to solve the problem by simply saying, I am taking ownership. Yes, we made a problem. Yes, there was a problem in management. And yes, we're going to solve it. And when you do that, you're much more able to keep going and keep being productive and effective and efficient the way that you need to be, the way that you need to show up for your team in a way that not a lot of people are able to. So when you're able to have like that radical acceptance, so radical acceptance is part of like just taking on that ownership. When you're able to say, okay, I radically accept the fact that such and such a thing happened, such as, the shipments didn't come in on time, or, we have back orders, or we don't have very good customer service, or our reviews are not very good. When you radically accept and you take emotion out of it, when you radically accept, you take emotion out of it. And again, you go back to a logical state and you're more likely to take initiative, and you're there for your team, you're there for your workers, you keep going, you get your business done, right? So ownership as a part of being a leader, it's very important for us to recognize what our roles are. What your role is in your business is going to change. What you do in your industry is going to change. However, how it is that you speak to your team and the way that you move socially between your team members should probably stay consistent. That's a part of taking ownership, of being able to, and also improving yourself. If you know and you can say, hey, I'm going to take ownership of the fact that I made a mistake, or I made a social mistake, or I made a faux pas, or I ordered something that wasn't supposed to be ordered, or I ordered too much of it and now it's in storage. Take ownership And the more that you, again, understanding your roles as a leader, the more likely you are to continue to move forward and get stuff done. What is business really all about anyway? It's about making money, and it's about being more effective at how it is that you take action. Leadership is all about how it is that you take action as a part of being in a team. So when you keep yourself centered, even amidst chaos, people see that. For instance, right now, right before I said I hit the live stream button, I had a little bit of you know, having my brain go, things are not going very well, and then I said, wait a minute. I know where I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what my priorities are. I know what my purpose is. Let's just get stuff done. And the more that you're able to keep yourself centered, even in the midst of chaos, sometimes even your own like mind chaos, 90% of leadership is right here. So keeping yourself centered amidst chaos is so important as a part of ownership. And it's being present in the moment. It's saying, this is the moment right here, right now. I am keeping myself calm, or I'm feeling anxious and I'm doing the things that I need to do in order to get myself back down to a logical state. So when you admit that you're wrong and you own that you don't know, even as a leader. So if you admit that you're wrong, then you find out what's right, right? And if you own the fact that you don't know, you find someone who does know. And leadership and management are very, I really feel like they go like this a lot. Leadership and management are very, very similar, because you don't because even as a leader, you still have to be there for your team. Even as a leader, you still have to be there for the people who are managing your team. If you are a leader of management and you're not able to provide your management with things, the details, the resources, the information that they need, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems, and it's just really important to know what those problems are. So when you own your flaws, that is a part of ownership. That's number 7. I've already gone over 7 thing. Owning your flaws, owning the fact that maybe you have strength in one area, but you have a flaw in another. Owning those weaknesses, owning those flaws that you might have, allows yourself to it's like owning your vulnerability, owning your flaws, being able to say, you know what, I might not be particularly diplomatic, but I can get stuff done. Or I might not be diplomatic all the time, and I can work on that, and I will work on that with my team. um, but I know what I can and can't do, and those things that I can't do, I give to somebody else. So keep on keeping on. So keep on keeping on is like so much related to all the other things that I just talked about in terms of being aware, being in the present moment, owning your flaws. When you are able to say, I'm not perfect, but I know how to manage people. I know how to lead a team. I know how to continue to be productive. I know how to be effective, be more effective. You keep going. You keep going through thick or thin. Right now, a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of people are experiencing a pretty crazy pandemic, and a lot of people are probably very depressed, very anxious. and being able to, there's a lot of people that I see even now on YouTube who are just absolutely courageous. I'm there's a lot of really great people out there, honestly. Um, but they're able to, give someone a little bit of a step up. When you're able to serve other people in a positive, enlightening way, and you're keeping on, they're able to keep on keeping on too, and they follow you. They follow that. They follow good service that good leaders are able to provide. So keeping up appearances. When you take ownership, you're much better able to keep up appearances. Like if someone were to lie, like one of the things that often happens with ownership, um, like if I were to deflect or abuse or blame somebody else or lie, these are all defense mechanisms that just don't actually really work. They don't work in the workplace. They don't work in business. They don't make people really like you or like spending time with you. And when you're able to keep up the appearance, a part of keeping up good appearances of leadership includes things like being honest, things like ownership and being honest about who you are, what you stand for, what you do, what your flaws are. That is all comes into keeping up the appearance and developing good, trusting relationships with people. So, number 10 is loving yourself, or often known as appreciation of others. So, ownership. So when you're able to accept yourself, when you have acceptance of yourself and you have acceptance of others, that's where a lot of authentic confidence and communication comes into play. Now, granted, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I've never met a perfect human being, and I hope never to, because then otherwise, no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. So, but we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We are good enough. And when we are able to validate ourselves, when we are able to love and appreciate ourselves and others, and then show up in a way that is appreciative and loving, people like that. People want to be around people who are good, or good in terms of validating, loving, giving appreciation. These are all very important things that that really, really good leaders do, because when you make your followers feel good, and when you make your followers trust you, not make, I don't really like that word. When you're able to influence people in such a way that they become dedicated to you, your company will go through thick and thin no matter what's going on, because you have good people who are there for you, who are dedicated to you, because you're dedicated to them. Listening openly is the extra. So listening openly, like taking ownership of the fact that sometimes, like listening. So sometimes we don't always hear exactly what it is that we think that we hear, or, we have to clarify or ask if we really did hear something that was said, and taking ownership of what we did hear, and then and owning that and being in the moment. So anyway, that's all I had. If you'd like to check out more, I have a website, ebsarizona.com. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm taking on new clients. I'm super excited. So we teach leadership, and I've also done engineering business analysis. So it's applying the reverse engineering processes and engineering analysis to business. That's sort of like an extra thing that I do. I really enjoy leadership, and I really enjoy giving out these products. I've also I'm considering starting a course. I do this all because I've looked up leadership online. I've experienced leadership for many years. I've been a leader for many people. I've been a follower. I've observed all these things about how it is that people interact and be. And so I'm doing discovery sessions, and you can find them on ebsarizona.com, and you can find out more about what it is that we do and how it is that we can help you with you, your business, and of course, your leadership. And again, just a real quick reminder, hit that like button if you enjoy what you've just seen. Subscribe if you'd like to hear more. Share if you would like others to know about this content. And of course, check out ebsarizona.com to see more content and see what it is that we're all about. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.